Cedar Creek, Cedar Creek, Cedar Creek, Cedar Creek, Cedar Creek. We're finally back at Cedar Creek for the 159th anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
That means this is our 9th year here. We started about the 151st. We didn't do the big reenactment. The 150th. One of the local photographers who kind of get out of it, his name was Todd Harrington, a very good, very fantastic tintype photographer. But it was a big honor. Todd was like, hey, you know, you guys do good work. How would you like to kind of take over this event? Because remember, you see, tintype photographers, we don't step on each other's toes. First of all, because there's not enough business for usually more than one photographer at certain events, and this is definitely one. Second of all, it's just kind of a nice thing to do, you know? You may think, John, how do you get those stakes out of there? We've got a stake puller and our backs. Always lift with your back in a twisting, pinching motion. Don't do that. Maybe a little overkill, but this is Cedar Creek after all. We had our 18 by 18 foot tent, which still haven't gotten repaired yet. Not sure if we want to repair it or replace it. We had our 18 by 18 tent. This is where, as you can see back in the valley there, this is where, I don't know, it's kind of a weird gust of wind, and it just pushed our tent over. And those stakes that Christine was pounding in the ground, two were bent like horseshoes. You can never be too staked down for Cedar Creek, because the wind out here ain't no joke. And it's supposed to be windy this weekend. Our day was uneventful. Ever since we got once we got everything taken care of and set up, we just came back from dinner with a bunch of friends, and now it's not supposed to get below 50 degrees. And I think Sunday it's going to be sunny, so it'll give me a little bit of a change in my contrast for tintypes. But tomorrow, I'd be okay with overcast tomorrow, and or even partly cloudy or cloudy, whatever. I'm okay as long as I don't have rain, as long as it's somewhat warm, and as long as the wind keeps down. That's the only thing I really worry about. Everything else is going to be easy and gravy. So with that, I'm going to say good night. Well, we made it through the night, thankfully. The problem is it is windy, windy, windy. You might not be able to hear me in all this terrible wind. It's supposed to be a sustained 10 to 20 mile an hour. Maybe, I think it's supposed to be sustained 12 mile an hour, up to 20 mile an hour gusts. And we've been getting them. We're doing okay though. Tomorrow it's supposed to be double that, and that concerns me. Time to get ready for the day. Hope the sun burns the clouds away, and hope the sun helps with this wind a little bit. Just was told that tent there with the blue tarp had a fire last night. Thankfully everybody's okay, and thankfully the stuff that the lady brought is okay. We slept through it, but a lot of people were able to kind of jump into action and put the fire out. A lot of people here just have space heaters, and so you just got to have a heater out here, and you've got to have a fire extinguisher ready to go just in case.
took down the rain fly, and the wind is whipping real bad. So the problem is I keep taking the dark box down and putting it away. And then because the problem with this dark box is, I don't know if you can see it, because we have some people that want whole plate, my outdoor wooden dark box doesn't do whole plate. Not easily. I can, but I'm not happy with it. I keep taking this down because if for some reason our tent goes, the uprights for this dark box is going to just poke right through the canvas. Hey, I'd rather have less of a sail in this wind than for us to end up in Oz. You know, we're kind of limping along a little bit. Tomorrow is supposed to be 40-mile-an-hour winds. So we've been already telling people that, hey, we may not be set up. And in fact, I'm looking at our tent right now. We're already starting to rip again where we had the repair last time. Right along there where we had the repairs from Gettysburg last year. So just on a wait and see basis, I've got a bunch of plates that are done, that they need varnishing. I told people to pick them up at the end of the day, and we'll hoping to get that done before anything bad might happen. We'll see. I don't know what time it is. 4:30, and it didn't fall down because of the wind, but the wind was just whipping so terribly bad. Some of the, I think I showed a seam that was repaired by our old tent repair, and that started ripping. So, and it's kind of funny because, you know, with the cameras being so big, you never really think about wind on those cameras. But the camera actually gets whipped around with the wind pretty bad. We had to reshoot 2 plates because just the violent winds were just whipping the camera. When you have an old style like wooden camera, and you have that dark slide that you pull out from the film holder, that acts as a sail. We're still getting nasty gusts. Several people lost tents out in the field. Somebody told us that their forecast that didn't show any wind at all. If so, we're gonna set it back up. And if not, they're a little short on volunteers here at Cedar Creek. It is a very good event. But the problem is, just for us, take the full force brunt of the wind, and that's what got us again. Hopefully tomorrow. If not, I'm here to share the history and make friends and be happy, and I ain't gonna let it bother me. So here we are.
The tent's secure. We have as much down in the tent as we can, and we're sleeping in the back of the Pilot. So that's always a good thing. This is the second time in 2 years we've had wind issues. We can retire this tent here and move to one of these Sutler tents and still be able to hit even our smaller events. So I think that's what we're going to do this off season. But at least that's the plan. But for now, good night, and we'll see everybody in the morning.
Well, as you may have guessed it, the wind didn't get better. It actually got worse. We woke up to wind gusts this morning, completely rocking the car. A lot of tents are in fact already breaking down. They are going to let people go after the battle, so it's going to be a short day, and that's probably for the best. So you know what? We had a good day yesterday. We had a lot of great people come out to see us yesterday. We made a lot of plates, but we really could have made more, and we apologize to anybody that we couldn't make a plate for. I hope you do understand. Again, there might be no audio for this anyway, and I may have to ad-lib, but when you have winds like this and a big, I'm gonna put Christine's back to the wind. You have winds like this and a big box camera, there's just no way you're gonna get sharp images for a 2 second exposure, which it was a beautiful light yesterday. You know, we had bouts of overcast and bouts of sunny, and both of them are just fantastic. Overcast is just beautiful on any plate, but I like the contrast of sun as well. We're going to see about getting a much better tent because we're done with these windy events. Maybe we could put a parlor back in it again. I don't know, Christine. We got to do something, but we're going to go see if we can't volunteer
everything is, well, the tent's not completely in, but we've got most of the stuff in. The tent is secured and broken down. So we're going to go see if we can't volunteer and help out with the organization and see what we can get into. Well, that's it for us. We're all packed up. We tried to do some volunteering for the organization, but they were busy, and they had enough people for today. So we kind of walked around and got a little bit of footage, kind of around the sights and the sounds, which we never get to do. So that was good. Thanks to everybody who came by. Thanks to Cedar Creek Battlefield Foundation, of course, for having us. It was a wonderful event. It was a fantastic event. You can't help valley wind in such a wide open space. And again, they honor us by putting us on the end of the first row so that we have a great view of the camps. It makes a beautiful background for photographs. But the problem is we're the first ones to get smacked with a wind gust. Thanks to everybody who got a plate made, or somebody that just stopped by and grabbed a business card, said hi. It was great seeing all of our same friends every year, as always, and making new friends. We will be back again next year, and we will also, and that's next year's the 160th, so make sure to mark your calendars for that. But we'll also be back to Remembrance Day in Gettysburg this year. I believe it's the 17th, 18th, 19th. Does that sound right? Something like that. But we are going to be again at the Eisenhower Hotel, a little bit off the beaten path for Gettysburg, but we will be indoors with a period correct photographic background, indoor lighting, the same stuff that we do if you've seen shots from the steampunk festivals or indoor festivals. That's the same kind of lighting we do. So if it's if it's not good outside, we'll definitely be in an advantage. But we will be there for photographing Joy Melcher's Gettysburg Ball, which is the ball to go to in Gettysburg during Remembrance Day.
And then we will also be in the same hotel in the vendor Sutler area with a couple great vendors as well. As I said, with our tintype photography setup, ready to make fantastic plates for you. So we hope to see you then. But as for now, we want to get home. We want to get everything unpacked. We want to get something to eat. So we'll see y'all next time.